They turn to you. You may continue searching or return to the wagon empty-handed and pursue vocations. Head back. Your time here is better spent pursuing vocations. The three of you return to the wagon. Alright, is the worm still the lowest level? He's just above the 3 mark? Oh, no, this guy. Yeah, okay, this guy. Yeah, let me mentor the guy who was mentoring me. Certainly, I would appreciate your point of view. Volfred gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through the strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. He nods in understanding. Dude, his whole bar is green, which means he's getting, like, rested bonus, the whole thing. It's been a while since my last outings in the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. A second life for your pyre. If Volfred is banished, a sapling shall automatically spawn near his pyre until he returns. That's what the other guy had. Let's get the sapling thing. The most fascinating aspect of all this, one I endeavor to continue studying for a long time yet. Alright, continue. Isle of Kaelmer. So I feel like, if possible, I should bring the worm into this battle so that he can fight the other worms. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first, you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is the goblin merchant. Hey guys, so maybe watch her going a bit more next time, I guess? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. But it's good running into you like this, because I got for you a really special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Isle of Kaelmer, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have just enough room for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifact he's transporting right now and wonder whether you should get involved. Yeah, I'll give him a lift. Though your fellow exiles exchange curious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Great, thanks guys. I'll just squeeze right in. He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth ahead. Again, welcome him aboard for now. After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys, remember what I said? These thingers here, you got dibs on them if you come visit me and Dad, that is. Now we'll be going, I'll see you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. -5 glory for the next rite, oh my god. Teach me to help people. Someone wants to talk. You observe Tizo rummaging about the Black Wagon as though in search of something. He notices you and rushes up to greet you. He is glad you're here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But just as quickly, he resumes his search. He's looking for something a former exile of the Nightwings once gave him. He's growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I'm afraid that it is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. CRBGGA, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back, I appreciate that. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be cause for much concern, merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Tizo here had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squeaks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well. Then please do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past besides. Tizo skulks away up to the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell and the Triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Volfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps then he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Roster updated teaser. Guys, thank you again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you. And so as promised, I got something really, really good stock for you right here. He pauses for dramatic effect, and then he reveals to you several artifacts. Black hoof, heart, and claw. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys, you got first dibs on these bad boys, and I tell you what, they're gonna go fast. The bearer's aura remains while grasping the orb, but cannot be cast. After getting banished, bearer either returns with stamina or as a fast-moving howler. The bearer has 100% more stamina than usual, but cannot grasp the orb. So, So Tizo has decent aura. You know, I'm gonna get this because this one might come in handy. Ah, great, you guys. I knew you were discerning customers. Now you enjoy that one, okay? Remember, I circuit others too. You can buy them if you want. There's these ones, they're real popular, so no refunds on these guys, you understand? But they're real good. There's no chance you're gonna want to pawn them off. You guys take care, okay? Thanks for doing business. Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quiet and steady occurrence at the Isle of Kaelmer. All that is left to do is wait for nightfall to settle. You observe Sir Gelman sliding back and forth, back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all. This knight betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. He notices you finally. Oh, Master Reader, this knight did not see you here just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honor to restore. Then a glimmering within the sky draws your and his attention. Elanthius. Party's hot.
Reader, or should I say deceiver?
Me?
For I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself.
Oh, that's the one he's mad about?
Cursed sap. I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends. Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
Gilman! Still not abandon your new friends like all the other duties and responsibilities? Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This knight is most surprised that you have the courage to even show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in the sea of minnows many, many times your size and with much more honor, too. Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon it fades, Sir Gilman slinks away. Disgraceful! You Nightwings, you are stupid to have taken that one in, and you are no goods at the rights. And another thing, we do not fear you. Reader, my boy, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I have donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best as I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use. Press W to use Aura Shield.
Alive and well.
Volfred's shield deflects adversaries' auras.
You're causing quite a stir out
So
in
I
the
cannot
Commonwealth.
move while
You
doing
plant
that.
your little seeds
Shift
of
to blink.
discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here.
Right to spawn. Right click to spawn a sapling.
Good evening to you.
If Ulfred is banished, his sapling expires. Wait, does he not have aura while the sapling's out? Or does he not have aura at all? Proceed to proceed, okay. Now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Who shall besmirch the Nightwing's name?
Who's the next person we're gonna try to get free? Maybe the Worm? Maybe Volfred? I feel like one of those two makes the most sense. Oh, let's get him a talisman.
Volfred.
Yeah, like, Volfred.
Sir Gilman. Bartrude. Exactly. Very well.
This night shall not bend to you again, Sir Deluge. Ever. Come then, Nightwings! Show this night how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor. On guard!
Begin.
Wait, what?
The Nightwings are first to strike the adversary's flame.
They can't get to it. They literally can't do anything. Dude, because we're just fighting worms, so I just put a flower on the thing.
Another banishment.
Ah.
Pyre hearts banished to the last. Their pyre weakens.
Oh my god, they're so fast.
Quite the turn of events. Headlong goes Sir Gilman into flame.
Oh, only 12 damage when he does it.
Away with them.
See, if I put the flower on there, they literally cannot get it. There is nothing they can do. That's so cheap. Because they do not have a ranged attack. Okay, so they at least bumped it out of it.
Banishment. I thought they had you there.
Ah, dang it.
And it is done.
There we go.
The Nightwings prevail.
GG, wormy boys!
Mayhap the scribe shall simply smite them down next time. The rite is complete.
Curse you, Gilman! You were a fool to abandon us, and now you only twist the dagger in our backs. You still do not seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path toward enlightenment. Your words ring false. You are unfit to lead. Shut up! You know exactly what you are, Gilman. You call this knight a craven, yet your courage is a mere facade, and everybody knows this knight shall see to it. Sir Gilman does not respond, though you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
No one got to level up.
Until the stars align.
Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after overcoming the Pyre Hearts in a decisive victory when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my boy. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see who we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of night. Seek now your destination. Oris... I don't remember who that is. Alright, so they get stronger each time you fight them. The only one of them we've not fought again since the first time, I think, was this one? I think. We'll see in a minute. Your next adversaries are to be the Accusers, led by the one called Lindell, whom I believe you first met many moons ago. I hope his is a tale I hope shall be forgotten. He then tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lindell the Liar, the first adversary you confronted in the rites not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lindell discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect soon was exiled. Still, he denied the charges, even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lindell. It turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rites, having heard all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader of the Accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. At any rate, Lindell shall be looking forward to our arrival, I expect. We may resume our journey come daybreak, but in the meantime I would advise taking what rest you can. You bid the lone minstrel good evening. At dawn you shall take flight again. And we have got a save. And that is about the 2-hour mark. Okay. With that, chat, we are going to save our progress here. Got about another 2 hours in, and pick it up from this moment the next time we open Pyre.